Okay, bonjour. We are going to continue work in the packet and actually finish the packet this week. So we'll start with exercice 15, excuse me, accord des adjectifs, adjective agreement or agreement of the adjectives. Écris l'adjectif qui correspond à chaque dessin. Write the adjective that corresponds to each picture. Fais l'accord. Make it agree. Easy. So ma note est blank. My grade is, now it's 20 sur 20, which in France is incredible. It is that's a really incredible grade. So you would say ma note est, why won't it let me do this? Not bon, because that's the masculine, but you're going to change it to bun. And notice that I have both of them for you. I used the little dot to show you that there's the feminine form. So not bon, but bun. So just be prepared when you share these answers in class to pronounce it correctly. Not absent if it's a female, but absente. D'accord? Not mauvais if it's something feminine, but mauvaise. And I don't know what it will be. So we'll see in class. Not prêt for ready, but prête if it's a female. But again, it depends on the picture. All right, exercice says the directions are garbage, so because they don't match. So you're going to have to, in this one, look at the verbs that you have in le lexique and fill out the sentences conjugating the verbs in the present tense. D'accord? So you've got all these verbs are on your vocab list. Number 1, it says je blanque souvent mes devoirs à la maison. I sum things often my homework at home. Donc je reçois de mauvais résultats. So I receive bad grades. What would you often do at home with your homework? Do your homework. Oublie. Oublier. Conjugate it. J'oublie souvent mes devoirs à la maison. I often forget my homework at home. D'accord? Just looking through here real quick so that you know what some of these things means. Aïe is how you say ouch in French. Aïe, mes yeux. Du cours means of the class. D'accord? So en cours is the length of a class, whereas classe is the people in the class. I know you learned that in the junior high, but it's always worth mentioning that cours is like the length or the subject. Savoir, if you don't know this word, it means to know. D'accord, you should know maintenant. Pose des questions. I think you can figure that out. Révise. Réfléchis means to think or to think deeply. So je ne réfléchis pas. I don't really think. I don't think deeply. Okay. Exercice 17. À l'internat, Hugo écrit une lettre à ses parents pour parler de la vie au lycée internat. Internat is a school that you stay overnight in. So a boarding school. Internat. Not internet, but internat. Because it's like you're interned there. Pour chaque vide, for each blank or void, choisis le bon verbe, choose the right verb, et conjugue-le, conjugate it, pour faire une phrase logique, to make a logical phrase. So you choose between one of these 3 verbs for the first blank. So you've got, mes chers parents, my dear parents, ça va? Moi, je vais bien, mais je suis très occupé cette semaine. Me, I'm doing well, but I'm very busy this week. Nous blank les cours la semaine prochaine. So you've got the verb commencer, payer, or célébrer. Do we start classes next week, pay them, or celebrate them? Well, most logically, it's that they start classes next week. So I'm going to say nous commençons. Now, commencer is not on your vocab list. Oops, I need to conjugate it. So where can you find it? In your grammar notes. Go ahead and do your grammar now. Stop this video if you have not. Oh, actually, we did this grammar in class, so you should know what to do. So since this, when you conjugate it, is ONS, it cannot be comment con. It's got to be nous comment. Let me do it. As it doesn't let me do the accent. Nous commençons les cours. D'accord? So you're paying attention to these and whether or not they, well, actually, I believe all of them are going to be spell-changing verbs. So whether or not it's changing its spelling in this particular situation, in each particular situation. Cool. Oh, and look, it's written at Lycée Ampère. That's where I taught. Okay. Exercice 18. Qui fait quoi? Who does what? Écris une phrase complète et logique avec les éléments dans le lexique. Write a logical and complete sentence with the elements in the lexicon, in the word bank. So, numéro un, you see in the picture, l'homme et la femme, the man and the woman, and you've got are calling their his best friend is, well, we've got calling his best friend. You've got to clean the bedroom. You've got to send a letter. You've got to pay with money, and you've got to throw the garbage in the garbage can. Cool. So choosing the verbs won't be a problem now that you know what they all mean, but conjugating them, again, these are spell changing verbs. So you've got l'homme et la femme, that's the third person, plural. So like the il form. So we're using the verb nettoyer. When you go to conjugate it, remember drop er at ent. Is that it? No, it's a spell changing verb. So in the boot, for most of the spell changing verbs except for CER and GER, in the boot, you have to change the spelling. D'accord? So that's going to give you nettoie. D'accord? Nettoie. Why can't I find the thing to change? There it is. Okay. And then finish the sentence. Nettoie la chambre. Okay. Moving on. Exercice 19, les questions. Réponse aux questions suivantes en phrase complète. Respond to the following questions in complete sentences. So, à qui est-ce que vous envoyez des courriels? To whom are you sending emails? You're going to say, I'm sending emails to my teachers. So, you need to look for the verb in the sentence. So, for here, for example, you've got the verb envoyer, to send. D'accord? So, I send is going to be j'envoie. So that was an ER verb, right? So if I had dropped ER and added an E, I'd get that. Nope, spell changing verb. In the boot, you're going to change it to j'envoie for any of the conjugations that are within the boot, that is to say. So j'envoie des courriels, emails à mes professeurs. Let me do the accent. There we go. Okay, I'm going to translate some of these sentences just so you know what you're answering. So, and I'm also going to underline the verb. So, what do you bring to class? D'accord? Who prefers to study in the library? So you're going to answer it with serious students. Who buys applications, game applications on their phones? So we're using the verb acheter, and that's going to be new. Moi, mon ami et moi, my friend and me, buy applications. Why is it that students repeat the words? And you're going to say students repeat the words because they're trying to have a good accent. Who is sending letters to your brother? You're going to say my parents send letters to my brother. And who celebrates the French Revolution? You're going to say we celebrate the French Revolution. Okay. Une lettre au correspondant. Un camarade de classe te demande de l'aide avec la lettre qu'il a écrite à son correspondant. So a classmate is asking for help with a letter that he's writing to his correspondent. That's a pen pal. Remplis les vides avec la bonne conjugaison du verbe logique du lexique. So fill the blanks in with the right conjugation of logical verb from the word bank. So you've got bonjour. J'étudie le français au lycée. I'm studying French in high school. Je blank que tu vas comprendre la lettre que je blank. All right, so you've got the verb to buy, to celebrate, to consider, to send, to hope, to try, to pay, to prefer, to protect, to repeat. You'll want to look back at your notes for some of these verbs and their meanings. So I'm studying French in the high school. I hope that you are going to understand this letter. So let's conjugate hope. The accent goes this way. We're going to switch it because je is in the boot. D'accord? So j'espère que tu vas comprendre la lettre. Que je, and then what is it going to be? Sending, maybe? But you guys can fill those in on your own. Okay. Exercice 21. Actually, I'm going to stop the video here because I have a meeting with a student. And for activité 21 to the end, you are going to watch a different video. How's that?